There are hundreds of New Democrats who volunteered for you in 2008, 2011, and 2015 who are blindsided by this, and they're pretty frustrated and upset by what's happening. So how do you explain this message to people who were working for you not 2 weeks ago trying to get you elected as a New Democrat?
I'm the same person yesterday that I am today, with the same values, the same principles. I stand for the same thing. I stand for Newfoundland and Labrador. You're right, I just came out of the longest campaign in modern history. I had hundreds of volunteers, but my message to them is that I am the same person. This is my decision. It is not an easy decision. It's been a hard decision, but I'm doing it in the best interest of Newfoundland and Labrador as a way forward.
Who approached you? Did you approach them, or did they come to you in terms of recruitment? Did you go to the party, or did they come to you looking for you to run?
Well, I've said before, Ryan and I have had several discussions over the last number of years, and especially the last several months. And I believe that you alluded to this, Ryan, that we've grown a relationship there, and when you have conversations of when two people or more get together and you have conversations where you have similar views, you have similar interests, and you're like-minded, then conversations quite often take themselves. So
did you ask him to run?
Well, I wouldn't be able to nail down and say that I asked him or he asked us. I think what happened is that we realized through a conversation that we have similar views, and that the relationship for Ron to run for our party would benefit, as he said, benefit Newfoundlanders and Labradorians and benefit the province. And he felt, we agreed. He wanted to go there. I was interested in doing this. I was interested in having him, and the conversation leads itself. So, I mean, what came first and what came second, I think, is really irrelevant. But we have similar views, and we are where we are today.
But it's hard.
I had some, Fred, in answer to that question, I had hundreds of calls the day after the election. I had calls including from two Progressive Conservative cabinet ministers, Keith Hutchings, for example, who traveled with the Premier to Ottawa, and we met over the Canada-EU free trade deal and a compensation for minimum processing requirements. The Premier asked to see me in his office. When the Premier asks to see me, I go. Again, we're friends. We had a discussion that has led to where we are right here today.
Is this because you couldn't support Earl McCurdy's leadership?
I've said in the past that that Earl McCurdy and I have not seen eye to eye. I've said that on the record. I've said that to you, Michael Connors. I wish Earl McCurdy the best of luck, and I'll leave it at that.
You couldn't support his leadership then?
I have not seen eye to eye with Earl McCurdy or the FFAW in the past, and I'll leave it at that.
So this is a provincial NDP problem? I mean, you say it's not about the NDP, but it absolutely is about the NDP, because you were an NDP member of Parliament and the nominated candidate who ran as recently as 2 weeks ago. Now you're saying you don't see eye to eye with McCurdy. So is this about the provincial party? Because your relationship with the provincial party hasn't been great. I think everybody in the New Democratic Party here sort of knows that. Is that what this is about?
You know, one of the people that I admire most in Ottawa is an MP. He's defeated now. His name is Peter Stouffer. He's the MP for Sackville Eastern Shore. And he came out with some statements over the last couple of days, speaking about how, among the things he said were how there should be a separation between the federal NDP and provincial parties. I agree with him on that. I was a federal New Democrat, and I was proud of all that I did in Ottawa, all my work with the team, with our team of New Democrats and with Tom Mulcair. After I lost the election, I had a decision to make. And I put a tweet out on Twitter. I talked about how I most look forward to freedom. And I had freedom. I had the freedom to make my own decision. And I took a look at the lay of the land. I took a look at the federal-provincial relations on where we are in terms of the 32 seats in Atlantic Canada, all federal, and about how so many people presume that we're going to have a Liberal majority. And I said, that is not on. That is not in the best interests of Newfoundland and Labrador. Here I am today.